Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about UFC 300 featherweight bout between Aljamain Sterling and Calvin Kattar, and Aljamain Sterling's introduction to the featherweight division, a successful introduction indeed. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Aljamain Sterling looked like he was in control of the fight from beginning to end, took Calvin Kattar down at will. Calvin Kattar, a respectable opponent in that featherweight division, but the latter has 2 losses in a row now. Nonetheless, Aljamain losing against the former champion Aljamain Sterling and current BMF champion in his last bout, Max Holloway, takes nothing away from Calvin Kattar, a respectable opponent in that featherweight division nonetheless. And that shows the class of former bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling. A successful move up in weight, in my personal opinion. I heard Daniel Cormier mention in recent times that Aljamain Sterling moving up in weight is a smart idea, because when you continue fighting in the weight class that you lost the title in, you're eventually going to descend to a point where you're eventually fighting on smaller fight cards and eventually prelims and lower ranking opponents eventually. So freshening things up and stepping up in weight to take on a new challenge is the wise, brilliant idea really for Aljamain Sterling, according to DC that is. And I agree with Daniel Cormier, former heavyweight, lightweight champion of the world, the double champ. Aljamain's move to featherweight is a successful one thus far, a respectable win against a top opponent in that featherweight division in the form of Kattar. And Aljamain actually looked good. He fit his frame well and actually looked bigger than Kattar, torso-wise at least. He really fills out his frame well in that division. Looked very good against Calvin Kattar. Now we speculate about the future of Aljamain Sterling in this division. If you're Dana White, do you throw Aljamain Sterling to Ilia Topuria? Would that be a wild concept? I don't think so. But it also makes sense for Aljamain Sterling to be tested, perhaps in 1 or 2 more fights before he gets to a Ilia Topuria. But at the same time, you have to respect the fact that we are talking about the former bantamweight champion. So it would not be out of the ordinary for Dana White to book Ilia Topuria, Aljamain Sterling, perhaps sometime this year, even though there are other fights that could happen in that bantamweight division, in that lightweight division, rather, the featherweight division, which is championed by Ilia Topuria. We all know that Max Holloway had a phenomenal victory over a tough opponent, top-ranked opponent in the lightweight division in form of Justin Gaethje. And now Max Holloway has many, many different options to pursue. And one of those options, obviously, is to take on the champion of that featherweight division, Ilia Topuria, to become the BMF champion and the featherweight champion. So many fantastic scenarios that are getting ready to unfold in that featherweight division, and the addition of Aljamain Sterling only makes things more exciting. And I would not be surprised if Aljo fights for the title, say 2-3 fights down the line. I don't think he has to win many fights in that featherweight division in order for him to be considered as a challenger for that title. Of course, him being the former bantamweight champion gives him the upper hand I believe, in this regard. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know in the comments and subscribe for more.